Hello and welcome to The Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
Hi, I'm Jason DeRoss.
In your mind, Barbara.
Fuck Marie. And my favorite.
This is as tall as I'll ever be.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
A year in review.
A year in review. Kevin
sound
McAllister
effects.
is here.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. We are titch late. My camera is just not working, and here we are. Here we are. Look how
every
sepia. I know my camera's getting old. She's trying her best.
No ageism here, man. When it comes to cameras, no ageism.
There's no ageism
Your camera
here.
can do just as good a job as a camera that's brand new.
So this camera has every right to be here. Same as my old camera.
This camera's opinions are just as valid.
Just as valid
as a regular camera.
And that was the day the seniors canceled the regulars. Yeah. So anyways, we are here. We're excited. My most favorite thing is when as we're prepping and setting up to start the show, everyone in the chat, it's everyone's just getting in. Everyone's getting in, touching base. We're talking about chiropractors already in the chat. Cindy is saying we need regular adjustments. Never had in my life. Never had.
No, I've been once, and the sounds that came out of my body, I was like, this is breaking. This is breaking bones.
But here's the thing.
Hear it, but then you feel better, and you're like, well, that's weird.
Well, I'm a dirtbag because
Mm-hmm.
I love the sounds. I love the sounds.
I didn't say I didn't love the sounds. It's like, people go, oh my God, stop cracking your knuckles. I'm like, I don't know. I feel great. It's like popping popcorn. Smell that.
That's the thing. It's I've never gone to a doctor to adjust me, but I certainly crack my neck and my wrists and my shoulders, and definitely did a sketch at Second City that has ruined my shoulder blades forever.
And which one was that?
You know, when I played the old woman and I was breaking into an establishment?
No, I was gone by that point, though.
No, that was my first show with you.
Oh, so as a security guard. If you would have said security guard, great. Yes,
yeah, I was a security guard, and then I was like, oh my gosh, fellas, we got to go from here to over here. And
someone's breaking into the Reitmans.
Reitmans. Everyone was breaking into the Reitmans, and no one laughed at the sketch really ever. But that was a lesson.
You had a love-hate relationship with that sketch.
You know, when you fight for something so much, and I think this goes beyond sketches, when you fight for something and you're like, I'm telling you this is it, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're cooking, whether it's a way to go in your business, in a relationship.
You're so confident that you're correct.
So confident. You're like,
people just don't understand my fucking, they just don't get it.
And it's
so clearly.
And you're like, I've read the inspirational quotes. I've listened to the podcast.
Yep.
I'm listening to my gut here. And then it's the worst thing to do.
Yeah. How do you move on?
How do you proceed when you've put it all on the line and the line was
That's
wrong?
when you grow up and you go, maybe my brain's not always the right one.
What's the matter with me? Am I broken?
You know when I'm looking at Stuart in class all the time being like, how does he say those fucking stupid things? But now I know. He
Stuart.
thought they were right. He thought what he was saying was correct.
Was right. Yeah, exactly.
And now I'm Stuart.
Mm-hmm. We're all Stuart in a way, Mm-hmm. So
people aren't even listening to us in the chat. They're talking about acupuncture. They're going on with their daily lives and cupping, which I always wanted to try cupping, to be honest, just because I want to walk around with the circles on my back. Because I'd go shirtless for the rest of the day just to be like, I'd be that dick on the beach that's just like, yeah, that's right, cupping.
I love how you would be a dick by being like, I'm really loving my self-care. Everyone's like, boo, fuck you.
But there are those people that are like, maybe before cupping was really well known because everyone kind of knows what it is now. But at first, they're just walking around being like, I know you're looking at me. I know you're wondering why there's these circles on your back. But I know. I'm ahead of this trend.
Oh, yeah, that's me, actually. I'm like, actually, it's called cupping. Yeah, anything I can do. I really want to get cupping done because I have really bad shoulder blades. But anyways, what a Wednesday, 5 minutes in. Can you guess how old we are? Not 20. Jenny.
And that's all right. Our ideas are just as valid as the younger podcast people out there.
I don't know. Are they? Because I've really been on TikTok for a while and I don't know. I'm not feeling a lot of love from the Gen Zs.
You've got some traffic there sometimes.
I have some traffic there sometimes.
You've had some that you're like, I'm really excited that this blew up.
Yeah, but there are people on there that really do the Lord's work. Like they're doing full sketches. It's really funny stuff. You know.
I got back on, and I'm like,
you're back on.
Well, I'm thinking of jumping off again. I'm like, how do I just waste these hours? It's fucking ridiculous.
The problem is you're not making any. You're just watching.
Yeah, I'm a consumer.
Yeah, you're a consumer, but like you should make them. You're very funny.
Yeah, but for TikTok, then I'm just the boomer on fucking TikTok. That's just
there's
like,
a million. There's a million.
I know they
boomers.
are, and they like to tell you about it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. Jenny's saying in the chat that she just got a birthday gift from her mom. It just arrived, and she's not letting her open it until her actual birthday. And I agree with you.
It's my birthday drop, I think is what that is.
Yeah, what day is the birth? Just tell me tell us that, you know? And Jenny's also saying she likes my videos. And you know what? I'll happily put that on screen. I need that. You know, the thirst. It will not it will not die. So how was your few days off? You had some busy days. I did not.
We spoke about it a bit. My busy days were boring busy days because, you know, it was just about a matter of like work on Zoom. How do people do this for like 10 hours a day, every day?
I was just going to say.
It's mind numbing.
Do you think that you will have the energy to fill your days like you did before the pandemic? Because in no way can I.
Yes. But I think, it'll just be like, you know, this is a terrible analogy, but like basketball players come back and sometimes they're out of shape and you're just like, well, a week into game day, you're feeling. Remember when we used to do Second City shows and that first week our uniforms are like, our costumes are drenched with sweat and we're like, oh God. But then like 3 weeks in or whatever, it's just like, you're just running it again. So I think it's a matter of it's pushing that rock to begin up the hill. And then you're like, great.
Yeah. I just wonder if I want to go back to how I filled my days.
Sure. There's going to be a lot of people like that.
Because I need to set some boundaries because it is wild what I was doing. And I feel like a lot of people think that.
Yeah, when you look back, it seems like a different life.
Who was she? Who was she is what I'd like to know.
Do you ever have that thought of like, oh my God, what if I just popped into my brain right now and I just have these memories, but that wasn't me? And then you're like,
hold on. I need to stop you right there.
Okay.
Do I ever have moments?
I think about it all the time. At least I think of you, or maybe maybe life started right now.
I need to pop into my brain.
Yeah.
And go into memories. So you just mean remember things?
No. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is like, what if like you, Stacey McGonigal, were not in that body that you were in before, but your energy of Stacey popped into this body. So now you have those memories. So you think that was your life, but it's like, you didn't do all those things, but you're like, wow, I did a lot. Can't do that again. I don't know how to do that ever again. But it's like, it's because it wasn't you in the first place.
Okay. I'm picking some stuff up and I'm loving it. There's other stuff that's really hurting my brain.
These are the long walks I like to go on. At least I think. Or maybe I just popped into my brain right now. Maybe my life started now.
Do you ever have those moments where you're you know, like this would happen maybe on stage, or if I'm like out with friends, or I'm just kind of like at home, but you have those moments where all of a sudden you become like super present, where you're like, was I just like zoned out for a year? Like you just become very aware of what's going on.
Stage did that to me in a couple different ways, and it was very weird. Like I remember getting like lightheaded at one point and feeling like an out of body experience almost, and looking down at myself on the stage, and I'm like, because especially with a show like that we did where you're running it night after night and you almost get onto autopilot, but there's been times where I'm like, holy crap, I don't know what's happening to my body.
Can we just address what's happening in the chat? Because we have a lot of people saying what's going on. I'm very confused. I think Jason's saying that he feels his present life and past life before pandemic seem like two different people.
No, but yes, it kind of.
And I was just saying, trying to relate to my friend who's clearly has a head injury.
I'm surprised that nobody else. It's kind of like one of these. It's not sci-fi, but it is sort of like those thoughts of like, what if you were just placed in this body today, and it was like, but you would never know that. It's just like when this morning when I woke up, I looked beside myself. I saw my wife, and I was like. But then all the memories flooded back, and I was like, yeah, this is my life. And then I had a child run out and be like, what adventure do you want to be? What Avenger do I want to be? Silver Surfer an Avenger?
I hate this. Okay, I know. Enough. Absolutely enough.
Kind of.
Jason, if you're new here, if you're new to the chat, if you're new listening, or you need a reminder, Jason will bring any sort of existential question, qualm, query, concern back to the Truman Show. It's always a Truman Show for him. No, but what I was saying, and you agree with, is there are these moments where you become so aware of yourself and in the moment where you're like, whoa, I'm like on stage performing, or like, whoa, I'm like with, you know what I mean? Like I'm 35. Like you just kind of become aware of yourself and then it goes away. But there seems to be like, I don't know.
Mine didn't go away. That's the whole thing. Like it hit and then it's been here.
Yeah,
but no, I agree with you. I get to like being present and
Cindy, I've been here and I still don't know what's happening. I mean, that is more than fair. That is
so I'm the only dumb one that has that thought. Okay.
You're not dumb.
No, I'm Stuart. And now I'm Stuart sitting in the corner being like, hey guys, you all know, remember how like we might not have been in this body like a second ago? Like maybe all my memories are just in this, like we just got here. So my memories are all someone else's life, but I've stolen their body now.
Okay. What Jan says, I like that Stacey said what I'm saying and what you agree with. I'm just trying to make sense of it for my friend here, and I don't know.
No, I was talking about something obviously a little different, but I totally understand. I do understand the moments of like in life when you're hit with like, I'm fully present in this moment and I'm looking almost from the outside in and being like, holy fuck. Like you said, I'm on stage in front of these 300 people and it's like, what am I doing here? What's going on right now? Oh yeah, I do this.
Danielle says, I like that this is still happening, and we will proceed to move on. I think just for the sake, Jason will need a nap after this.
I feel fine. The problem is I think these kind of things every day. That's the thing. That
I just have some huge news that I'd like to share. So whenever
breaking news.
Okay, so this is the stuff that we need. We are, over a year in quarantine, and I just wanted to bring some pop culture news that I think is earth-shattering to the masses. So let me just pull this up because I simply and utterly cannot. I felt like today was a bit wonky in its vibe, and now I'm realizing it's turning
right around. Is this about a reality television show?
No, it's not about a reality television show.
Okay. So it has nothing to do with your bearded captain. My
bearded captain?
Yeah, from Below Deck.
No, I'm going to share the screen here so everyone can see what's going on. Because here's some really huge, great news. And that is Chris Evans gives a rare glimpse of his chest tattoos, and the internet is crushing hard.
Okay.
And let me reveal, because we certainly are. Look at this. I think I'm just going to save this photo because this website stinks. What's with these ads?
Smokey the Bear.
So stupid. Let me just save this. It's too much.
Also, like, you know how ads are targeted? Why do you have Smokey the Bear pop up on yours? What's happening? What are you looking up? What the fuck are you? What are you searching? What are you talking about in your house?
I don't know. This is really like. Anyways, it's not letting me save this image. Hold on. There we go.
Is there a chance these tattoos are going to turn out to be fake and it's just something he's got for a film, so they've kind of put them on there?
Sorry, we're just all over the place today while I'm setting this up, but Rob Lewin seems to be in your defense.
Oh my God. Thanks, Robbie.
Yeah. He says, oh, dang, are we talking about your unconsciousness taking over a body and all its memories not being able to know whether your memories belong to your consciousness or just your body? Sick. Wow.
Robbie gets it. Robbie gets it.
Oh, that's really funny.
He explained it a lot better than I did, but he gets it.
He gets it. Okay, let's just do this again. I want to get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts? Look at this.
Well, is his chest tattoo exposed, or is it just like it's just peeping over the top of this?
I'm loving it. I didn't know he was a tattooed man, and this changes everything for me. Can
I be honest? For some reason, I'm not a Chris Evans fan. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I find him the most boring of the Avengers.
And listen, I agree with you.
He's a gorgeous man. He's actually funny in interviews and stuff. I'm like, oh, why don't I love this man? And he's just like, I don't know.
Exactly. You're saying everything that I'm saying.
Yeah. But now you see the tattoo peeking out and you're like, maybe he's not as plain Jane as you thought.
I think he has tattoos, obviously. And I want to break this look down a little bit.
I like the shirt. I can't pull that off because then on me, I looks like I'm retired instead of gorgeous. And but yeah, I get it.
Okay, let's break this fully down. The shirt wouldn't work on anyone unless you're like maybe like
if you're built and let's point this out for our listeners. It's a Hawaiian shirt that's undone with a tank top underneath.
Let's describe it. It's like tight Hawaiian shirt.
Tight Hawaiian shirt. Where mine would have flowy arms, so it already looks like you're bowling. You know what I mean?
I love how you have the instinct to make this about yourself. So I don't know what that says.
Oh, I'm sorry. On this podcast, we've never made anything about ourselves.
Someone give us money. Okay. So it is a Hawaiian shirt with an undershirt that's see-through.
I have more breaking news for you.
What?
There's a video of him doing a backflip into a pool and his whole chest is covered in tattoos.
Well, Claire, get that in the chat. Get it? I mean, like, come on. Let's get this in the chat and let's get this up. Jan says, do you guys ever look at celebs and just go, these are all just molds of the same face? Like, to me, this guy just looks like Ben Affleck's better looking cousin Ned. I can see that.
Now, Chris Evans should, I mean, because he listens to this pod. Now he's going to walk around being like, I'm Ben Affleck, except better looking. That's fucking great.
My question is, like, what do I need to do myself to get myself onto his self?
He's staring directly down the lens as well, so it's like, and it's frozen, and he's got that smile as if like whatever. Gorgeous. So like Claire's put up. Imagine a man that attractive actively listening to you just like that.
I know. I wouldn't even know. I in that moment I would realize that half the things I say have the weight of a fart. You know when someone's really listening to you and you're like, oh, don't waste your time.
No. Stacey, you have heavy farts. Your stuff's weighted. It's very weighted.
Like, look at this. Okay, so we have some thoughts that perchance, Danielle's saying perchance this tattoo is a bear claw. Who's to say? Who's to say?
It felt like there was kind of like bricks of some sort here, like some sort of thing here, and then it was a different tattoo on this side.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let me see. I love how he's like secretive about it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I found it.
You found the backflip? I mean, did you just type Chris Evans backflips into a pool?
No, I said Chris Evans just tattoos. And we're getting some. I think it's an eagle. But anyways, if anyone can get us some close-up shots of the tats, that would be great. These are pretty blurry. Okay.
Bye, Brittany.
What? Okay,
I have to go to work now. Bye.
Oh, bye. Anyways, I just thought that was some huge news that we all needed to unpack. I think that's crazy. A little
that he has tattoos?
yum.ca.
I don't know. Like these guys they have lives, you know. But you're right because he seems
these guys have lives.
Well,
can you imagine we became famous and not for just personality, like a skill set, and then people learned about us? We would be.
TMZ would have a field day. I knew that a long time ago because I was like, oh my God, like the lives we were living were nuts. And then, like I said, like I don't want to keep going back to this thing, but then you like you see a celebrity and you know that they didn't do much, but then you're like, oh, that's an alcoholic? Your guys are messed up. Like that's crazy.
Oh, right. Like bad behavior. Okay, I have a picture of a fuzzy screen grab.
Okay, so he's missing a tattoo. He has more tattoos than that.
He has more now. Yeah.
I saw someone, I missed it a little bit, but it said like right above his waistband. There's some, according to Claire. So like he's getting tatted everywhere.
He's getting tatted. That's our boy getting tatted.
Wait till he's like 56 and he's covered in tattoos, and then you're like,
I know, I can't wait. It's gonna be so hot.
After you're married to him and you're like, this is so great, but then like come 66, he's like fully face tattooed. He shaved his head's all tattooed, and you're just like, yeah, that's my husband. At one point, that was great.
No, but it's just crazy.
And then he just let it get away.
Like tattoos aren't anything, but like I like them, but it's just like imagine you just like took your shirt off and Jason, were covered in tattoos. I wouldn't know how to proceed. I'd be like, wait, what?
Because they would all be stupid too. Like they'd be dumb tattoos. It'd be like a guy dunking on my belly button. He'd be like, "Why would you put that stupid joke on
That's hilarious. That's that. So would you tat your belly button to be a basketball?
there?" Yeah. Actually, no. That would be the net. I'd put like a backboard on it and a rim, so it would be like you could shoot actual little balls into it.
You know that you'd be putting food in there and be like, dunk, layup, 3-pointer.
Someone throws something from across the room. 3-pointer.
Jameson's coming in with a Cap is for sure doing Chloe Ting. Oh yeah. That's the thing. I wonder, could I be with someone that is so regimented in their fitness? Like he's not having fun.
You could. I think so.
Could we personally?
Yeah.
You think?
I think it would change us. I think you start to grow to the people you hang around and you're with. And plus, it's like, for you, it'd be like, Chris would get up in the morning and be like, I'm just running to the gym. And you'd be like, okay, have a good time. And then that would be
wow.
it. You'd walk out of the room and you'd be like, okay, great.
I can't stop smiling.
He'd come back 2 hours later and be like, hey, babe, maybe I'm back from the gym. And
I'm
you'd be
like,
like,
okay.
okay.
He's like, it's 2 p.m. And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
My God, I was at the gym for 8 hours. I thought I was at the gym for 2 hours.
I'm just really tired because I had that moment where I was like, is the brain that I'm using right now really my brain or is it someone else's brain?
Are these somebody else's memories? Is this my conscience and somebody else's mind? And then Chris goes, it's not you.
Well, I will say this. The problem I would have is what I've had with every man I've ever dated. And it's that they don't eat as much as me. And that is a problem.
I was about to say that I thought you were going to say they go to the gym like crazy. And I was like, I don't remember them going to the gym, but like not eating. Yeah, I could see that.
Like they would be satiated from breakfast to lunch and from lunch to dinner. And to that, I do not understand. And I find it offensive.
And I said that not saying you eat a lot. I'm saying I'm remembering some of your past people and it's like they did not eat a lot.
I'm just saying like, I don't understand like how you go from lunch to dinner and you don't need a snack in between. Multiple even.
You're supposed to have 5 meals a day, right?
Well, like if you go from lunch, do you snack? You snack.
Yeah.
You're a snacker.
Yeah. You don't get a buy. Yeah, you don't get a buy. I'm not saying I'm in the right, but I'm never going to be like.
What's your snack? Take me through a typical day. Like what are you?
That's a great question.
What are you grabbing?
I like to grab like dips that are a bit lower in calories, like a tzatziki or something. Or we have this everything bagel flavored Greek yogurt. It's really good. And then I'll have like these either crackers or carrots. That's when I'm being kind of good. And even though that doesn't sound like it's healthy, but I'm like,
just give me an ideal. Don't do this.
That is.
This isn't a job interview.
That is. Or sometimes I've found these olives at Trader Joe's that are amazing. So sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just grab cheese strings. We got these cheese strings that are good. You know.
So your snacking is so here's the thing.
Savory snacks for sure.
I'm so on board with that. I'm doing a charcuterie snack throughout the day. I'm doing a cheese, I'm doing an olive, I'm doing a hummus if we have. Like I'm doing the things. Mm-hmm. Nighttime is when I want sweets. I want like a kettle corn. I want a strawberry Pocky. I want
ice cream
sandwich. Chocolate. No. I mean, that's not every day. If I'm having an ice cream sandwich, I'm thinking about that for weeks.
They're only like 100 calories.
But those are small. You got to eat 2.
That's true. What I'm saying is this, though. What I've done recently, because you say that over the last 2 months, I have a cutoff. So I'm like, come 8 o'clock, I'm like, as much as you want, you ain't eating. You're done.
Really?
Yeah, and it's helped a bunch. Because snacking is what you do. And yeah, of course. That's when you're sitting in front of the TV and you're like, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to get a snack. Especially in this pandemic where we're not out like running around like idiots in the middle of the night. We're at home sitting on a couch. It's like, I go straight to the fridge. So I just stopped doing that. I was like,
you know what I started doing? Because mine was a problem too. Gum. Just bought some gum. Because really it's just boredom.
Yeah.
Just keep your mouth busy.
I was going to try that. For some reason, we had this bag of like Jolly Rancher hard candy here. And I was like, oh, I'll just pop one of these in. But then I'm like, yeah, this is just sugar. This is anybody on this chat will tell you that is just sugar going into your body. It's actually not that good for you.
Also, there's nothing more annoying than someone sucking on a Jolly Rancher. It's just, it's just someone punching your teeth. It's like, are you done?
I'm just sitting beside my wife trying to watch like Queen's Gambit. I'm like, so they play chess?
And then it gets stuck. Have you ever had a Jelly Rancher get stuck on your tooth and you're like, ow, fuck. Oh my God.
I can't tell if this part is my tooth or if this part is hard candy.
And then you get the indent in the Jolly Rancher from your tooth and you're like, is that too big for
Was
a
that
tooth?
always there? Did I lose a filling?
When you bite on a Jolly Rancher and you're like, I think it took the middle out of my tooth. Whatever is supposed to be in there is now gone.
Jen says she does the same thing. She tries not to eat after 7.
It's smart.
I don't know what time maybe you go to bed earlier. Like if I did 7, because I was trying that, but I'm like, I'm up for hours still. I still like, and maybe Jen is as well. And she just has way more willpower than me, which is probably true. But like,
yeah, I mean, yeah. It's hard because usually the way my brain works is like I'll go into like work mode. Like, so we're doing the podcast and then I'll go into work mode and like edit and do all this stuff, whatever. And then when and sort of run errands throughout the day. And then when it's ready for me to like be relaxed, that's when I want everything.
yeah.
Like when I get hyper focused
Yeah.
on anything.
That's the whole thing. If you're doing stuff, I probably have a great, I'll call it diet, but not dieting. Just like I have a great, I don't overeat. You know what I mean? Overeating comes from a bit of boredom. Sometimes you're just like, okay, great. I'll just go to the fridge because like there's nothing else fucking going on in life.
100%, 110%.
So you got to substitute that with things. So now I'm starting to substitute
know.
that with like, I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. Go for a bike ride. Great. Awesome. We're great.
Well, I don't want to deny that. Like, I just want to deny if it's boredom. Like, if I'm like in the middle of the afternoon and I'm like hungry, I'm gonna eat something. I'm not gonna be like,
I'm
well,
also not
fight it,
doing,
go
like-
for a bike ride.
That's not what I mean. I mean, like fight the boredom, not fight the food, because it's like,
Right.
I'm not being like, oh God, it's time for lunch. Like, I'm so hungry because I didn't eat breakfast because I went for a bike ride. Well, I got to eat lunch. No. Do a bike ride instead.
Hey, did you talk
I'm on
to,
my bike all the fucking time.
you talk to Dave? The bike stuff?
I try to
Oh,
talk to him, but he keeps going right by me. He's
I
zooming back
know.
and forth, being like, oh God, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, he's thinking about getting a hoverboard for the office. So when like he wants to have a little snack, he's like, get on the board. And I'm just like, Dave, have a snack. Have a snack. What's the big deal?
Does someone want to tell him that hoverboards don't exist? Or
Have you seen? There are so many hoverboard. Not the hover. You know what I'm talking about. Like
I know
but
the ones you're
fails-
talking about, but like there was also people like maybe like 10 years ago, there was an article that went out just like the hoverboard is coming, and people thought the Back to the Future thing. They're like, oh my God, we're finally here.
No,
And there
it's
was like videos that came out. They built like big, massive ones that sucked because it would go off the ground for a
what's the
second,
one-
but it was like
What's the one I'm talking about? What is that called?
it could be called a hoverboard, but it's
Hoverboard.
like there are wheels on the ground. It's
But-
just kind of like.
Have
Yeah.
you seen all like the dad fails where they try and get on? They're like, whoa.
Oh, you're talking about the 2-footed ones. It's like,
Yeah.
what are those called? I can't remember. They're like segways without a handle.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
This is my TikTok. This
What?
is my boomer TikTok. You know, those things that they stand on there like a segways without a handle. You know
Yeah.
the things.
I know the things. Well, here's the thing. We wanted to get into some stories on Monday. We didn't. So what are the stories today? Do you have them?
Yeah, I just gotta pull them up here. It might take me a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
I'm trying to find this clip. Let me see if I can get it. That it's an old meme that is not new, but I rediscovered it yesterday. And this girl is my energy.
Who's this?
Okay, I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it. Hold on. Okay. Oops. Let me set this up. While you're getting your thing up, I want to share this. Let's see. This I forgot how much I loved this girl. Like a fool. Okay. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, let me play it. It's so funny.
The audio's gone for us. We can't hear it.
Oh, is it? Damn. Hold on. Let me do this again. Sharing screens. Who even does it?
If it's
well?
like Zoom, there's that shared
I
computer
know,
sound
but
or
it should
whatever.
just be assumed that that's what we're doing.
Yeah, why would you not want to share your volume?
Exactly. Okay, here we go.
Thanks a lot, you idiot. Thanks a lot, Rachel. Thanks a lot. Thanks to you, my charger's not charging on my iPad because it's got used to your iPad instead of mine. It's not charging my iPad and it's all your fault. I hope you're happy because I've told Mom.
That girl. Oh, I thought you would find that way funnier.
No, but I have 100 thoughts racing through my mind because like it is funny for sure. Like that's hilarious, but I'm also like her whispering, knowing she's gonna get in trouble. So she's like yelling to whisper. Like,
I just wish I had her
Rachel,
accent.
I'll fucking kill you, Rachel.
Thanks a lot, you idiot.
and are they sisters? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. So she stole her charger and she's pissed. I was just like, I remember, I just saw it and I was just like, I know that's old, but I was like, man, I wish I had
didn't
an
know that was old.
accent. Yeah, it's old. Anyways, okay, what are the stories?
Well, these are from the weekend because this is what we came to Monday with. So just so you know, this is what
Are you
happened
gonna
over the
say them
weekend.
or
Here.
not? Okay.
Oh
Okay. Oh my God. That was me in school too. It's like with presentations, like, hey, like again, we're not like experts on it. It's like, just do it, Dylan. Oh my God.
Since we started every second city show, we'd walk on stage. We were working for this for a long time, guys, and like there was
No, that's you pitching ideas to the group. I probably brought it up before. And we're like, Jason, just say overpopulation.
overpopulation. Look, guys,
Just
if we
say
just
it.
figured it out, then we'd be fine, and I wouldn't have to pitch it ever again. So why don't we just figure it out?
Well, I don't want to
China
be in
did
this
it.
one. I was in the
okay,
one
good.
last show. I'm not doing it. I'm not working. I'm not doing this.
Here's what happened over the weekend, and these are just what this is, so people know. Is these are
Just
I'm saying it. These are news stories. People don't know what you're asking me. They're news stories that actually happened over the weekend. So that's what we were bringing. Like we brought that. This is not a long story. You asked me to just start something. That's the day that Stacey realized. Wait a second. Has this been me for a year? Doing a podcast with Jason? What has happened?
oh my God. Okay, go.
I do want to point this out before we start, though. I didn't realize that I still had this on my screen and thought someone from my meeting accidentally shared this on their screen. I read that too quickly. I thought Jen literally showed us on their screen during a meeting because she forgot it was up and shared her own screen.
I would love.
Jen, put us through. Let us know what we're talking about, and me and Stacey
Hey,
will handle this
everyone.
meeting for you, no problem.
Honestly, it is such a pleasure to be here. Jason and I are so excited to be hosting this meeting.
We've been excited about coming in here for a while. You guys are our favorite client.
Favorite clients. And the thing about you that is the same about us is we love community and we love connecting.
The products that you guys put out, I feel like it is about community. It's about communication and it's about connecting.
It's about communication. It's about connecting.
Yeah. And did you guys say there was free sandwiches anywhere in this?
Don't you wish
I don't know.
don't you wish you could send snacks through email? But you should try.
DoorDash. Okay. Here we go. So these are some things that happened over the weekend. First of all, there was a Tiger Woods update because we all know that he got into a crash, and everyone was like, right away, people were like, there was nothing weird about the crash, in the sense of like,
Was he speeding? Like, what was that?
that was the whole thing. They're like, it was just normal, and he careened off the road, and like that was it. So this is the new evidence that has sort of come in according to TMZ. He never hit his brakes when he went off swing. He also there's no evidence that he took his foot off the gas pedal, even there was zero reaction to what happened. And there was no intoxication, no evidence of any medication, narcotics or anything like that. No odor or alcohol, the police said. But they weren't allowed to test him for stuff. Like they weren't allowed to do blood and hair or whatever it was. And now there is speculation that Ambien could have led to the crash.
I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You're not pumping on the brake?
Yeah. Because he does have a history apparently with if you would have seen this car, there was no traffic, there was no anything. It was literally him just going, zzz, okay, I'm just going to go over the hill here. And he didn't fall asleep at the wheel or anything like that. It was just
That's sad.
straight off.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is nuts. But because you're also Tiger Woods where 100 things. I mean, yeah, get it. You're a billionaire and you're amazing at what you do and everything. But
Yeah.
could another thing happen to him in a car? I don't know.
I know.
I'm
And it's
grasping.
bad. The injuries are bad. Legs, back,
Oh yes, that's
Foot.
the thing. It's terrible because he is who he is, a legend in what he does, in his field. I don't know. But he's done. Don't you think
Jason, let's get us at a golf course where we go, are you enjoying this field of work?
Yeah.
I used to work at a golf course, and man, so many crazy things that happen there. So first of all, it's crazy that I worked
Let's paint
there.
this picture. What were you wearing? Like, what was the uniform? Was this like
Okay.
green slacks and a golf shirt?
Well, I worked maintenance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not hot enough to be a beer girl. But I mean, working on a golf course sucks because the majority of the people that golf are the worst. I guess that would be the word to describe them, is the worst.
You mean Chad and Chaz?
Yeah, exactly. So I worked maintenance, and I would be up at work for 3 a.m.
Yeah.
3,
Oh,
4 in the
wow.
morning. Well,
Yep.
probably 4 a.m. Yeah.
Sure.
And you'd be and you would have to mow the lawn in designs, which was
Okay.
crazy. There was a lot of intermingling happening. I wasn't privy to the mingles. I remember what?
Well, me calling it a field was dumb, but also I think also we went to the golf course and be like, so what designs are we putting on the golf course today?
That
Do you
is
mean, are
the
we
question.
Cutting the fairways and then putting the greens on and then the rough? Is that what you're talking about?
No, they would do design. So the greens, they had certain. No one cares about this. This is so boring. But every day they would have different ways you would have to cut the green. And if you can believe this, me in this peach sweater of a thing was in the tracked or in the mowers that were low to the ground. So you would go I would be sideways on a hill, and
I've seen
oftentimes
those,
fall
and you're
down.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was me. And then I remember asking if I could be in a big machine because there was a top to it so I wouldn't get sunburnt. But I was denied because the hot girl needed it. So, and I remember, who cares about this? Me, when I worked on the golf course, that's when Facebook was popping off. And everyone's like, are you on Facebook? And I was like, yeah, I don't need people following my every move. Thanks.
This was 2007. This is more recent than I thought. I know it's not recent, but
Yeah.
okay, great.
Yeah, totally. It was wild. And if people had sex, if crew members had sex, they would take out the, what do you call it? The flag from
So if you'd be walking around and then flag 6 is out, you're like, someone did
Yeah.
they have sex on the course? Is that what you're talking about?
And then they would see how far because the 18th hole is right near the club, right?
Oh, so your goal, somebody set that up. One of these college kids, Chad, was like,
Yeah, it
hey,
wasn't
how these
great.
girls are going to want to have sex with us? No problem. We'll make a game of it.
We'll make a game of it.
We'll see how close we can get to the clubhouse. That person wins. But guess what, guys? We always win.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the way it
exactly.
works.
Gross. And Stephanie goes, I cannot imagine Stacey getting on a ride along mower and just cutting a design into grass. Exactly. But I did. Yeah. It was wild. It was wild. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, what's the next story? That's crazy about Tiger Woods. I hope
I
he
know.
figures it out. And it's just he just seems like the saddest man.
What is him? Yeah, he does seem like the saddest man.
Just the saddest. That documentary, the only time of happiness was when he was a teen and he was with that girl and he was singing and dancing with her family.
I didn't watch the documentary, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, then this is.
No, I know what you're talking about, but it's like Powder. Did you ever watch the movie Powder?
Jason, I refuse to talk about Powder on this podcast. And
Come
I'm
on,
actually
let's take
setting.
this. Please,
No.
let's take this walk.
I'm setting a boundary. No, I'm not taking that walk. I'm not taking a Powder walk with you. I absolutely refuse.
Okay, but you're not going to know how Powder and Tiger Woods are the same person.
Great. I think we'd all be better for not knowing. Stephanie's correct. Have you even seen the movie?
You know what? This is one that I've seen.
Of course. At the end, he becomes an alien. Everyone's like, wait, I thought he was a teen. We all understand him. No, it's different now.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened at the end.
Whatever. We're not talking about freaking Powder.
He dies. Here we go.
Telling a secret, really. Fine, we won't say anything, but he does die anyways.
So we'll go watch that movie tonight. It'll be really great, and then we'll all talk about it tomorrow. He dies at the end, though. So everybody go enjoy that.
Don't you ever find that sometimes when
it's
you're on
4
a
hours
Zoom
long.
meeting and someone have you ever been on a meeting where someone's maybe a bit late and they're their video isn't set up yet and they're like, oh my God, you kind of just hear the panic in their voice. And
Where
it's
you get those dots
Amber?
jumping, and it's connecting to audio, and they're like,
And then they go,
"Cause you guys, don't worry about it. It's just my son."
have you ever gotten this one when you just hear It's like, Brad?
Are you using your headphone mic there, Brad?
Brad, I think
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm using it. Also, I don't
Anyways.
understand that in TikToks, there's a lot of people that do that. They literally hold their mic like this.
Oh yeah, the
on their side.
dongle.
Yeah, but why? Why? We can hear you. You know.
Legend has it that the famous.
That's how they all start.
Yeah. Follow along for part, but it's always like part 2. So close, and you're like, ew.
It's never part 3. They're just
Never
like,
part 3. Okay.
This next story actually, I mean, you'll already know these things because you're queen of the, you know what's going on in the world with these pop culture things. You'll know this because this one also is in your wheelhouse.
Just say it.
This is about the Real Housewives of New York.
Oh, yeah.
Tinsley and Scott have split.
First of all, I'm really proud of you for pulling this story.
Cool. I did it. I did this. Let's go back through the year and see if that has ever happened before, but I think this is the first time. Mom's proud of me.
Proud. Okay, so huge news. And the Real Housewives of New York, the new trailer just dropped. Kelsey Pre's Ramona is a nightmare. We have a new cast member. And Tinsley, I'm wondering if she will come back.
Because she I'm catching up through this article. So, and you can tell me where I'm wrong. So Tinsley basically left the show for Scott and was like, that's it. I'm like, this is my life now. I'm going to marry this rich guy. And like, I don't need the show anymore. We're moving to blank. I can't remember where they moved to. And then now that it's over, she's like, I gave up my whole life for this shit. And it's like, Scott's like, yeah, I guess. Here's the one thing that I'll say that came in the article because, it sounds like Scott's out there being like, look, after our engagement, Tinsley and I have ended a relationship. It was like amicable. But then Tinsley has come out and been like, excuse me, what? I gave up my whole fucking life for you.
Well, first of all,
you fucking crazy piece of shit.
Tinsley must have come out and just been like, what? Wait.
Sure.
Scott? No. Divorce? No. I need it. Please.
I love that the transcript, someone that's transcribing this is like a period after every word is like, period. End of sentence. One word. All their sentences are one. All Tinsley's sentences are one word.
I froze them. No. Please.
Divorce. Wedding.
Me.
The invites.
Palm Springs. Please. Miami.
Wine.
Please. Thirsty. Scott. Here's the deal.
That's her press release when to respond to Scott's amicable split comments.
Jameson's calling me out. I don't know if I was. Maybe with this bit, he goes, this reminds me of early days of the live regulars pod when you could only hear the keyboard typing before the show started. Oh yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah.
But so Tinsley was with Scott and sort of changed her whole life. Like all she wants is to be married and have kids. And that is perpetuated. Sorry, I have like gross crap all over my eye now. That is being perpetuated by her mother, Dale, who's like a Southern belle. And Tinsley's,
and her best friend, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, which, okay. And so she like got her eggs frozen and it's like all like she really just changed her whole life. Yeah. And
then he's like, because they didn't even get married, right? Like it didn't get, he broke off the engagement or they amicably split the engagement.
No.
Allegedly.
So what I'm hearing is that she didn't know they were ending the relationship and she was completely blindsided, which
hasn't this happened already with her and Scott? Because I think Scott was on the season that I was watching.
He was. And I think he doesn't want to be on TV. So she ended her TV career. Like she left the Real Housewives. Yeah. She did everything she needed to be with this guy.
You know why he didn't want to be on TV? Because everybody else was calling him out for the shit that he was pulling in a relationship. They're like, they can see my moves.
Well, I think the whole storyline was that she was very secretive about the relationship and she, it was all very weird. And I don't know anything really about Scott. He's like a coupon guy. He's like a billionaire because he makes coupons.
He created Groupon or something?
No, yeah, something, but not Groupon.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways,
Coupon.
Yeah.
He created coupons. The first guy that ever walked into a market was like, I know how to help your business, guys. You want
Coupons.
You want to sell that for a little less? I'll go put it on a piece of paper and show it to I don't know what I'm getting at here. This is a dumb bit. Let's go to the next story.
Yeah, let's go to the next story. Anyways, we hope that you're well, Tinsley. I hope you come back to the Housewives. You were so great. And you're on to greener pastures. You're okay. You're going to be okay.
And you'll be back on the show this season.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah.
Next story.
This one is one that everyone knows already, but because Miami Beach declared a state of emergency and then they put curfews out there.
Emergency curfew time? No.
They put out curfews due to significant concerns about spring breakers.
Thank God.
The mayor said it feels like a rock concert, wall-to-wall people over blocks and blocks. Significant concerns related to larger than expected. Like, it's not just like that there's people that are breaking it. They have a larger amount of people than they normally would have for spring break.
I know, but like when you think of isn't it crazy that they're like wall-to-wall people parties all the time? Not here in Miami.
Yes, but it is a pandemic. And the mayor was being like, I don't want this to happen. Can our governor please say no? And the governor's like, we're open. We're basically Vegas now. Like, shit goes down. What happens in Miami stays in Miami, including the coronavirus. Come on down, we'll be fine. Like that was his like take on it.
You know when you're like a kid or like a teen and you're just like you want to party and you're just like, whoa, this is gonna be amazing. And then you like go to those house parties or you go to those like rager events.
Oh, where the mom's like Amy Poehler and Mean Girls, and she's like, I just want to be a part of the crowd.
Or they're not home. And it's like a massive rager. And you go and then you're just like in the middle of it. And for me, I was like, this is gross. Like we
threw one at a friend's house once. It was great.
Yeah, of course you thought it was great. Just like when you go by like frat houses and stuff and like sororities, I'm just like.
Yeah, except the frat house is all of Miami Beach at that time.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like,
good. Shut it down. Shut it down, everyone.
It also reminds me, like, when I was a kid, though, I think I've talked about this before on this pod, but you know, like, they had Chuck E. Cheese and things like that?
Yeah.
Well, I was a kid in a day and age when things were still a little nuts, and there was a place called the Mad Hatters that they had eventually shut down, which was Chuck E. Cheese, except no adults allowed in. And the events that they did, it was like when you walk through the door, it was like no adults past this area. It was like supposed to be like a celebratory thing of like kids come on in, and parents were like, "Go on in, okay, I'm not allowed past there." And
weird.
The very first room, I think I've told you about this before, but the very first room, you get into like this padded black room, and there's pillows all over the place, and you're like,
"There's what?"
Pillows all over the place. Pillows.
There's palos. There's palos. That's your friends in comfy sweaters. Palos.
I slept with like 8 pillows last night. What? Yeah.
The sleepover was great.
Oh, okay, great.
The sleepover was amazing. We all got together. We all became palos that night, and we just had a nest of friendship.
But in this room that is a padded room with pillows all over the place,
there you go.
All the lights shut off, and then a strobe light comes on, and essentially it's like, great, pillow fight with all the people that just walked in there, and you all pick up them, and then you can see them coming towards your face, but they look like they're slow motion. But then when they hit you, it's full force, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
so
that sucks. I would be like, ouch, ouch. You just hear, ouchie, oh.
There's food fight rooms when they brought out the cake, and then like full gumballs, like hard gumballs on top of the cake. So you're whipping them at people. It was nuts. There was one of the rooms, the biggest room.
So you'd come out filthy, like covered in food.
The biggest room was about 10 shopping carts, and they go nuts, figure out what you want to do here. And so people would get in shopping carts and you'd throw them at like push them at each other. This was the Chuck E. Cheese for like kids that were like, I don't know. Some kid probably created it. It was like, this will be the best thing in the world. And it was.
Danielle, this is like child hazing. Exactly.
They used to pick you up in the Mad Hatter limousine, and it had like the big Mad Hatter on top of a limousine. Was
you
this
know
big,
that
like,
the Mad Hatter
head.
The guy who owned it, he's probably named Todd. He never got to party. And he's like, you know what I wanted as a kid? No rules. And it's wild that was allowed to happen. It's wild that was allowed.
It was the 80s. It's fucking what happened.
No, I know, but it's just bizarre that we as a society allowed that to happen.
Yeah. Jen says this seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Even though it was the 80s, I think that's probably what was the demise of the Mad Hatters probably by the end.
You know what I think?
It didn't stay open for very long.
What I think ended Mad Hatter was an adult said, yeah, I don't think I need to listen to that thing you painted. I'll be going in and seeing. And took one look and said, you're shutting this down. And Todd
Jen says, look, Todd never grew up. He's a creepy Willy Wonka. So that's just
yeah.
Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka, really, because like
well, Gene
Willy Wonka's a
Wilder,
creep anyway.
Gene Wilder's was so good. It was
Yeah.
so wonderful. But it's weird that he's like, I'm going to do a somersault. So then they know they can never trust me. It's like, okay, Gene. Gene wants to do a somersault off the top. Yeah, I could never get behind like a Chuck E. Cheese. Like I remember even going to like a Chuck E. Cheese like with friends for their birthdays, like the rich kids who had a Chuck E. Cheese birthday. And I was underwhelmed by the pizza, if I can be honest. And I just thought, ooh, this is a lot of work for a pencil at the end because that's all you're getting.
With 80 coupons. Yeah, you're not. Oh, great. Hi, Bergs. Is that Vic? That's Vic.
Victor, can you not? Thank you.
He's like, that's my water bowl. Why would you put it there then?
Yeah, he's a low-key nasty boy. Anyways, do you have another story?
Of course. Because the next one also is kind of for our pod a little bit. I don't know if you've heard this, but Queen Elizabeth is back in the news for some reason. It's only because like all that stuff happened with Harry and Meghan. And this is the next news story that comes out. Queen Elizabeth names 2 corgis after her late uncle and one of her favorite places. So basically their response is, I got 2 new corgis and here's their names. Pretty cool, right? Like this is how they deflect, it seems like, in England.
I mean, who's reading that article? That's what I want to know.
It's from, I believe I got this one from People. So it's like, this is...
Wow, you went right to my news source.
Oh, great. Well, People's my mom's news source. So that's what I was like, that's where I went to.
Oh, your mom loves it too?
Every year in her stocking, the year in review of People magazine.
Wow. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Like the swing of it is just, and also like, I think the Queen sent out a statement basically saying like that Meghan and Harry had like made up some of this stuff.
Oh, she did say that. Mm-hmm. Because I know their first one was like, it didn't say much. It was really like, this is terrible. And I'm
People
sorry.
People are looking up Mad Hatters and they're concerned.
There's pictures? This is crazy because
we'll
again, it's the 80s. And like, there wasn't social media at the time or anything where there would be a lot of documentation.
What would it be called? Mad Hatters Kids?
Mad Hatters. It was either in Oshawa or Whitby. So maybe that's a way to put it.
Okay.
Oshawa.
Mad Hatters Tea Party.
No, it's literally called Mad Hatters, I believe.
What is it? Kid?
I don't know. I'm just going to put Oshawa, Ontario, Mad Hatters Tea Party, Christchurch, Oshawa. Maybe? No, I don't know.
Okay, it's on Blog.to. How kids celebrated birthdays in the 1980s.
I told you it exists.
Oh my God. Okay, can we go through this?
Yes,
okay,
I couldn't find it. So you got to pull this up. Yeah.
Okay, I will. Okay, hold on. All right, so...
the organ grinder. Yes, I also went there.
Oh my God, what?
Do you not remember the organ grinder? Because that closed down a little later. That was right beside the old spaghetti factory in Toronto.
Chuck E. Cheese, laser tag. Okay. Oh, I thought they were going to the organ grinder. A true orgy of the senses. Okay, let's maybe pick a
clowns.
Yeah, the mini pie. Oh, I thought this was like about
McDonald's. Where the hell's Mad Hatters? Magicians. Okay, look at that magician.
Okay, what's this guy?
That's a disco album cover from like.
This guy is like your dad's friend Rick, who's like, I'm your uncle. And it's like, I don't think so. And he's like, I am. Okay. VCR in the dark days before movies. Okay, yeah, we would.
Yeah, okay, great. VCR. Sleepovers with VCRs, sure.
The Mad Hatter.
Look at this place. Look at this place. I told you. I wasn't making this up.
Jason,
I told you this is not crazy. Like this literally happened. They were just like, go nuts, kids. So that one adult in the room probably works at Mad Hatters because your parents and stuff were not allowed to come in.
Ed Conroy's Retro Ontario. Okay, wait, that's not it. That's the closest thing Toronto has to kinder trauma folklore, and it actually existed.
I've been.
It's impossible to describe the Mad Hatter birthday experience, chiefly because you swore an oath on your life never to repeat the details.
What happens in Mad Hatters stays in Mad Hatters.
No, that's not what they said. Please tell me that's not what they said.
I don't remember. I mean, like, again, this is the 80s.
So you would go in and they would, hold on. So they would go in and they would say, what happens here stays here. Do not
But
tell
they
your
did it
parents.
under the guise of like, because I remember enough, like the sign was like celebratory of like they do it under the guise of this is special for you kids. We're not even going to tell your parents.
Okay,
Like,
first of all, can I
this
just
is
say
our place.
it says, okay, let's pull this up. It says, like a softer Fight Club crossed with a harder Charlie and the Chocolate.
Yes.
It's exactly what you said.
Yes.
In a horror movie basement,
Yes,
festooned with urine-stained pillows,
could be no problem.
filthy shopping carts,
Yes, I told you
and miles of projectile birthday cake.
everything I said. Yeah,
First of all, you didn't arrive in a limo, Jason. It was a hearse.
it was a hearse.
And then you would leave after a prison-style hose down.
Yes,
Jason!
I told you it was nuts. I wasn't making this place up. And now I feel so. Oh, and Tour of the Universe. Jeez, that was a real waste. Yeah,
Jason, I'm going to see if I can find more photos. This is actually insane.
I know. This is that's why I'm sure I've mentioned it before because it's like it was Chuck E. Cheese on crack.
Like, where was this?
I believe it was Whitby or Oshawa.
Wow. This is crazy stuff. Like, this is wild.
For those of you who don't know, Whitby and Oshawa is like.
Jason, there is only one photo of it.
Because what happens in the Mad Hatters stays in the Mad Hatters, man.
Okay, Jason, stop saying that.
I know we gotta stop saying that. But what I'm saying is like, again, this was so long ago that, you know, when you took a picture, you had to go get it developed. And it wasn't like kids were carrying cameras into this place, right? Like it wasn't like now where everyone's got a phone and then go and take pictures of all the crazy shit
Melissa
that happens.
says there's a full article on the grid, TO. You have to share. Please throw it in the chat. Are you seeing this?
No.
Look at this. Look at this picture. The shopping cart.
Yeah. See? And look at those things inside of it. I forget what those were, but like, yeah.
Wow. This is crazy.
I love it.
The guy, I think this guy created. That's crazy. This weird guy.
Oh, there is. There's a big thing on it in Gritio.
Jason, we have to do a major unpacking. I want us to do a history. Maybe we'll put this on the Patreon. We should do a deep dive. If you're listening to this and you went to Mad Hatters, we want to talk to you.
Yeah, because like I'm not. You've heard all my memories, which are few. I know a couple more things, but not really. But that's the essential rooms I remember in it. I think there was one more, and it's a maze. You have to go through a maze to get from one room to the next.
Yeah, I mean, Danielle goes sending your kid in with a disposable camera and then getting it developed a week later. Like,
Yeah,
this
not
is
wrong.
crazy.
But getting it developed a week later and being like, wait a second, what did they do to you in there? What the fuck is happening here?
So I have found a full breakdown. Yeah, I found the grid one already.
Yeah.
This is nuts. The naming ritual. Okay, hold on.
I don't remember what the naming ritual was.
We should dedicate a full podcast to this. This is absolutely wild stuff.
Yeah.
We were picked up in the hearse. It was supposed to be a limo. It was definitely a hearse. It smelled really bad. And being grade 6 girls, we were like, it smells like death. They've just converted this hearse from carting around dead people.
There was
Aaron.
only one, and there was only one. Like you would see it driving around the city, you'd be like, oh, like for me, I was like, oh, those guys are going to Mad Hatters. Lucky pieces. I'll never get to go there. And then I finally got to go. And I was really happy.
To start,
about
the
it.
kids were arrayed around the table, and the party leader seemed very old. He was probably 16, 17. We were all given names that involved swear words.
Oh my God. I was really young. So my memories of this are like, because I was very young. I was not a teen yet, for sure.
Okay, so there's one story that says the teenager was like, "What's your name?" And Amy, and the little girl who was 7 said, "Yeah, her name was Amy." And so her nickname became Amy Asswipe. And her friend was named Adam, so they named him Adam Asshole. And we were supposed to be referred to by those names the rest of the time.
That tracks. That tracks. I'm trying to remember because I'll obviously never remember like because my memories aren't my own. But I'll never remember like what I was called or whatever. I just remember like flashes
Jan
of
says,
it because
does
I was
anyone
weird.
else feel like this just became a true crime podcast? Jason, we have to. We owe it.
We need to find people that went then. I'll reach out to a couple people that are that
Listen,
may have went there before.
If you went
I'm going to reach out to a
Mad
few
Hatter,
friends.
if you went to Mad Hatter, we want to talk to you because this is wild.
Do you know what's the best, like the trap of a memory of these kind of things is my brother. So if he went, he'll remember everything. Literally, he'll remember everything.
Pillow fights. But here's what's concerning for me, knowing you as my friend.
Mm-hmm.
The recollection of this time is not great for a lot of the kids. But you were like, this was the best time ever.
I'm celebrating it. I loved it. I was still jealous of people that went. I was like, oh man, I thought I would never get to go. And then I went and I was like, that was the best time ever.
There were several locations in North Toronto, including strip malls at Eglinton and Avenue Road.
Well, see, again, I was very
Bathurst and
young. I thought there was
Eglinton.
just the one.
Weird.
So they were all probably just a little bit different as well then. Because like when you showed me that picture of that thing, I was like, that seems like a pretty plain room. And I remember it being very colorful, except for where the shopping carts were, which just seemed like a big warehouse.
Stipson, who's the creator, he had very public financial troubles. Kel, no fucking surprise.
Mm-hmm.
He now develops condominiums in Hamilton and New York. And at Grid TO, they spoke with him, as well as former employees and patrons of the Mad Hatter.
It's kind of like, was it Judd Apatow that did that thing, that movie about the wild water park or whatever it was? The wild.
Well, we have
thing
to
in
do
New York?
Mad Hatter.
Yeah. I'm going to literally reach out to people that may have been.
Okay, and we are going to do an absolute deep dive on this. The pillow fights, the cake. They made an offer to the birthday girl. They said, do you want to cut the cake or just eat it with your hands? And she was like, I want to cut it.
Not at
Which
our
is what
group.
I would say. But then everyone just dove in and threw it around.
Yes, that's my memory is they put it on the table and basically walked out of the room. And they're just, and again, these gumballs and stuff. So I feel like I'm breaking it down too much now because if we're going to do this,
Okay, wait.
We'll save a
Okay.
few of these things.
Okay, because this is pretty nuts stuff.
Okay, great. We'll save it.
Okay, can I ask, were you in a cage at some point?
Well, everything.
Okay, and we'll leave it at that. You were.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Wow.
I got to get somebody on here that remembers it better than I do because my memory is the worst. But like,
We just uncovered like a childhood, like what would you even call Mad Hatter?
legendary.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but it's literally like that place that seems like a fantasy, like that would never happen again on this planet because it won't. Like that kind of stuff won't happen anymore.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, Voodoo said it right, and
Very much chamber.
very much chamber.
Or
This
maybe
is
it will.
very
Maybe there'll
much
be a
chamber.
pendulum swing where people are like, "Are we being too cautious of everything? Let's just fucking let kids go nuts. Let's build a place where we just let them go crazy."
Okay, first of all, listen, there in this Grid TO story, which I highly recommend everyone go check out. It says there is a section called lingering feelings.
Yes, I see that.
You wonder, could that really have been what it was like? I think when you reach the age of 16, you begin to realize that it was just petrifyingly dangerous. It should not have legally existed for as long as it did. Like, how long did it exist? 2 decades, 20 years.
I know 100 kids that would have been way into it. Like, I think I was hanging out with a different crowd of like people that were like, "This is the best."
Wow.
People want like a 10-episode miniseries on this Mad Hatters.
I would always hear, oh, the Mad Hatter is the best, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, but see, these people grew up smart and they become like journalists and stuff like that. The people that did love it, they're just at home, you know.
But it's also probably wild. Like you go into this, like I was a kid who really loved order and I loved rules, and that would have been my nightmare. And I didn't like to get messy, and so
You would have hated it. You would have hated the start of it.
Yeah.
I think Second Room was a food fight.
Danielle wants a 10-episode miniseries on Mad Hatter. So we need to unpack.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine going to a place like that and like getting hosed down afterwards and then getting in the car. I'd just be like,
We didn't go in the winter. We went in the summer.
I love how that's your only thing. No, it's warm out. I was covered in cake. Just been
And to
beaten
be
up.
honest, I think with my experience, I don't think I didn't get the hearse. I think I was jealous of that too, because you probably if you were paying for the party, you had to probably pay extra for like the shuttle service. And whoever's party I went to.
And do the parents go into the hearse, or is it just the kids?
No, it's just the kids. So that's exactly it. So like either you get picked up by this hearse and they take you to the location, or when your parents drop you off, they're not allowed in the building. It's that whole like there was like an archway or something that was like can't go through here if you're a parent, like, and then you're like, bye mom and dad, suck it, this is my party. That was my feeling of it. It was like, here we go.
Okay, so again, as we come to an end on today's episode, if you went to Mad Hatter, we want to talk to you, and we are going to do a deep dive on Mad Hatter.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna see if I can find some people.
Yeah, because this is wild.
This is going to turn into something bigger than the regulars. We're actually going to have to make a film, like an actual doc about this.
We would be the ones. We would be the one. Because you'd be like, that sounds sick. And it's like, she's crying.
We need you to keep me in check the whole time. What are you crying about? I would whip you with a gumball right now if you were crying when we were there.
Siddiqui's got to come on. He goes, I have very vivid memories of
Yes.
Mad Hatter.
Oh my God. Thank you.
This is the new serial.
Although, Siddiqui, here's my next question. Vivid memories positive? Vivid memories like, oh my God, I did not like that place.
Yeah, like we need to know. What were your experiences of Mad Hatter?
The lights shut off in the very first room. And all of my friends took a deep, you could hear sighs, like gasps in the room. But then the strobe lights figured it out. The strobe lights flashed on. And you know there's pillows in the room. And you're 8.
Wait, pillows or palos?
My pals were there and my pillows were there. And guess what? My palos got pillows to the head immediately.
Okay, this is amazing. This is just a taste of our true crime podcast because we're gonna start with,
Siddiq's.
oh wait, he goes,
All
I remember them
negative.
like a Well, Siddiqui, you have to come on our true crime breakdown of the Mad Hatter, because this is wild. I can't believe this place existed.
Me and Siddiqui, different childhoods then. I was all for it.
This is why I love, okay, first of all, we got to do more stories because it really unearths a lot of things, okay? Also, I didn't know what we were going to do this episode. I thought, oh, maybe a classic mixed bag. And here we are uncovering a like legendary, horrific childhood birthday.
Whoa, what point of view? Look, we're coming from the CNN perspective and the Fox perspective. Like
Siddiqui is saying it was a living nightmare. Siddiqui,
he
tell
got
us.
clocked. He got clocked straight out the gate with a pillow.
A
Maybe
urine-stained pillow. Siddiqui,
it needs
just
to be a D&D map. Yep. Mad
Siddiqui,
Hatters.
we will do a full debrief with you, but what I want to know as we're leaving, did you get picked up in the hearse?
Oh, that's
what
a good
I wanna
question.
know.
That's a great question because then I'll even be more jealous of what.
First of all, it just says a lot about you, Jason, that you called it a limo, that you never once clocked it as a hearse. And
I didn't get to go inside of it though, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
but you
I
got
dropped
to
off.
see it outside.
Oh yeah,
even
I
as
drove
a
by and
kid.
it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Now that you said hearse, I was like, yeah, I think it was a hearse. Like it definitely had that station wagon vibe to it, you know.
Crazy. That's wild. Okay, well,
He said yes. He said yes. He was picked up in the thing, and the video games weren't working. There were video games. Like,
okay, so
I'm gonna guess that Chris went to a different one than I. Chris was a city kid when he grew up. He grew up in Toronto, so I don't think he probably went out all the way to Whitby or Oshawa where I was at. So if there
This
was
is
a chain,
crazy.
that's where he was.
Okay,
I'd imagine.
well, listen, we've uncovered a massive 80s landmark, and we are going to do our due diligence and really get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
This is wild stuff. Crazy.
Weird, wild stuff. Yeah, I love it.
Well, pals, we are done for the day. We'll be back on Friday. We have a really lovely guest, potentially more, but right now, a wonderful guest. We we are really excited for. So we will have some casual Fridayness, maybe a little bev, maybe a little hangout, and then this Friday we also have a show on our Patreon. So we're gonna do some comedies, have some fun, and so if you've been wanting to check out our Patreon, it's $5. You can join us, no pressure, of course. But if you want to join us on Friday night, we will be doing some fun jams. So check us out. Jason, do you have anything to say?
No, I'm excited about Friday for 2 reasons this week. So going to be so much fun. And then eventually running through this Mad Hatter things. The last thing I'll say is like Jan put out there, wait, if it's a hearse, there was no seats or seat belts. You're just rolling around in the back. It was the 80s, baby.
It was the 80s. There's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. So we adore you all so much. We will see you on Friday. Thanks for being so fun today. Be well, and we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.